In California, it's illegal to drive under the influence of sleeping pills. And this can include Ambien, Lunesta, Rozerem, Sonata, any sort of sleeping pill that slows your reflexes, slows your reaction time, makes you groggy, slows your mental processes. And this is the case even if it's lawfully prescribed. And a lot of people say, well, I got this from my doctor, I have a prescription. And that certainly makes it legal for you to have the drug and for you to take the drug, but it does not give you license to drive under the influence of the drug. And if you're convicted, you basically face the same consequences that you would if you're convicted of DUI of alcohol. And that is probation, fines, DUI school, a license suspension, and in some cases, jail time. We see DUI of sleeping pills cases really sort of in three situations. One is where the person had just recently took the pill. So you just recently took your Ambien and you're about to go to bed, but you decide to run to the supermarket before you go to sleep to get cigarettes or food or something, or run an errand. And those are usually the worst cases. Then we have situations where the person is still feeling the effects the next day. So maybe they took their Lunesta the night before, they get up in the morning to go to work, they're still groggy from it, and they drive. They still potentially could be under the influence. And finally, we have situations where the person is actually sleep driving. And there's been many instances of this where a person takes their sleeping pill, maybe has a glass of wine, goes to sleep, and they wake up and they're essentially sleepwalking and they're in a trance, and they get in their car and they drive somewhere. And they don't know what they're doing. And they wake up in a field, and the cops are there, and they're actually sleep driving. So we've seen all of these situations. Now, the good news is that we've had here at Shouse Law Group a great record of success over the years in defending clients accused of DUI of sleeping pills. And the key thing that you have to keep in mind is that it's not enough for the prosecutor to show that you were driving and that you had some amount of the Ambien or Lunesta or sleeping pill in your system. The prosecutor has to show that you had so much of it in your system that you were impaired, that you were no longer able to drive a motor vehicle safely. And that's not always the case. And many times it's not. Many times a person may have taken the drug recently, may still be feeling the effects to some extent, but is still able to drive safely. One of the things that we do in every DUI of sleeping pills cases is we retest the blood or the urine sample that was collected. And we have it reanalyzed in a different laboratory. Many times we find that the sample was contaminated after it was collected, or that it was improperly analyzed by the chemist, and that the crime lab simply got it wrong. And in those situations, it may be possible to get the blood or urine test excluded from evidence and the case thrown out for that reason. But beyond that, we look at all the evidence in the case, and we really make the case to the court that even if our client did take the medication and did have some of it in his or her system at the time, that our client was not impaired. Our client was still able to drive a motor vehicle safely and still had possession of his mental and physical faculties. And by taking this approach, we've been able to get many of these charges reduced or even dismissed.